Today we're going to be talking about my experience playing the Battlefield 2042 beta a little bit early. EA was able to hook me up with the code, so I was able to get in there and try out the map that would be available during the entire beta. If you enjoyed the video, learned something new, please do me a favor, hit the like button. If you're brand new and want to find your way back, double check, make sure you are subscribed with notifications on. So obviously, if you already follow the channel, you know that I'm primarily a Call of Duty channel. So a lot of my perspective and enjoyment really comes from playing Call of Duty in the style of the game. So I've never been the biggest fan of Battlefield. So you got to go ahead and kind of take that into consideration, as that I'm not a huge fan of the franchise, even though there's a lot of things that this game does really well. A couple things I will point out with the beta is that this is an older build of the game that we're going to have access to. They're aware of a ton of other issues that you'll probably experience as you're playing, whether it's performance issue, visual issues, graphical issues. They're going to exist because this is already an older build that they've already went and they've addressed issues that they have access to a newer build that is much closer to what we'll get when the game actually launches. So one of the issues with the beta is the party up system. You will not be able to party up with people of different platforms. They're aware of this and they're going to be able to fix that at launch. You're going to only be able to party up with people on the same platform, even though the lobbies will be cross-play of next gen and PC, and then old gen will have their own lobbies together. Adaptive triggers to PS5, you're not going to be able to get the full use of those. Also, their pinging system is a limited functionality, so you're not going to be able to get full use of that. HDR mode on PC has been disabled for the open beta. Also, when it comes to in-game voice chat, that has been disabled, so you're not going to have access to that. They are aware of it, and it should be available at the regular launch. And then there's also issues with Xbox recording. So those are the ones that they're aware of, and those are already fixed. So I wouldn't really complain too much about those things because they are aware of them. They already have a fix that's coming in at a later date. In terms of my overall experience, so there was a lot of different things with the game. First, we'll go ahead and talk about some of the good. Personally, I thought the map looked great. It was huge, maybe too big for the player count that we had access to, and they had a ton of AI bots that were roaming around. Some were complete garbage, and you could tell they were bots, and other ones were like they had aimbot, like you have a veteran bot difficulty in Call of Duty. So it was kind of inconsistent. You didn't really know what you were going up against, and there was long stretches where you wouldn't find anyone because I think they were having a little bit issue with populating the servers, considering they maybe only had about 50-60 creators, and they had like 3 or 4 maps running with like 120 players in the map. So I think that's a huge issue that kind of made it feel slow. But once you actually got into the engagements, it felt a lot like COD, in my opinion, where the gunplay, it's not crazy as fast as COD, where you're able to bunny hop the same way, or slide canceling isn't even really necessary. You get a limited attack sprint, so you can just kind of run around forever, which is kind of important in games like this where the map is so large if you're not going to be taking a vehicle. In terms of the gunplay actually, in my opinion, feels really good. I feel like there's not a ton of recoil, which is kind of a downside. It kind of hurts the skill gap, but it kind of balances between controller and keyboard and mouse because it doesn't feel like there was a ton of aim assist. One of the biggest drawbacks or hard parts to adjust for, it felt like the bullet velocity on weapons was incredibly slow. They had the new gimmick where you're able to modify your weapon attachments on the fly, change out the barrel for a suppressor, extend the mag, use a smaller mag that reloads faster, has maybe less recoil. Like there's all kinds of different stuff, a grip or not a grip, an optic or no optic, depending on your engagement. You can modify that on the fly, and it was super easy to do. So that was really good. I felt like there was a tornado thing that a lot of people seemed to like. I didn't actually get into a match where the tornado thing happened, and I don't know how that's actually going to impact gameplay because obviously everyone doing it, they were hyping it up, gassing it up, but they're all content creators. They're going to go out there, let me get my footage, and in reality it's like, well, what's it going to be like when people are actually trying to shoot each other and they're not trying to record content, which is the normal lobby that you'll probably experience. So it's kind of interesting. Destruction didn't really seem like a big effect within the game. Maybe it was still too soon. I mean, I was in a vehicle where you were shooting the walls and and it just didn't feel like the normal Battlefield that I've played in the past, but maybe they just toned it down a little bit. But it could just be map specific. Maybe this map is designed with it not to have that much destructible features, and that's kind of it. So that was the good. I think in terms of the map, it's very spread out. There's not a lot of verticality. There are certain areas where they do have a lot of verticality, especially when you have the 5 OBJ points. There's things you can climb, get to the top. So personally, I feel like there were a lot of vehicles on the map. There was at one point where I'm running around and there's like 3 or 4 like helis in the air just spamming hell down below. and you're not really able to get anywhere. And obviously with it being a lot of AI, it's kind of a little bit hard to run it the way you would at normal Battlefield, where people have designated jobs where like they're going to shoot this down, or they have that secondary or whatever. It just wasn't the case. And I think those things kind of develop as a gameplay meta evolves. But within the beta, it was really quick, short. Overall, I think the game's going to be fun. I think Battlefield people, for the most part, will like it, especially from a lot of the Battlefield people I've talked to. Seems like they like the game. For me, it's still a little too slow, but I'm comparing everything to COD, and that's unfair to the game. And I hope that community loves it. Personally, I feel like it'll be fun for a little bit. But once Vanguard comes out, I'm going to just jump over to that and then get ready for the integration within Warzone. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Obviously, the game looks great. It'll hopefully play great, and the community will love it. And we'll see kind of where it goes. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If you're brand new and want to find your way back, double check, make sure you are subscribed with notifications on. With that, I'm going to go ahead and leave you with the rest of the gameplay. Thank you for watching as always. Have a great day.
American forces have captured Alpha Sector. Bravo Sector has been seized by hostiles.
Conquest proceeding. We now control most of the map.
We have captured all of Echo Sector.
Need a moment! Got one! Your next reload. Got to reload. Tango neutralized.
Echo Sector fully secured.
We control most sectors on the battlefield. occupying most sectors. Full speed ahead.